Hi guys, Commander Atrian here. Today I'm going to teach you about neutron jumping in Elite Dangerous. If you're not familiar with it, neutron jumping is a technique that you can use to supercharge your frameshift drive and get up to 4 times your total jump distance, your total jump range. This is very useful, but it can be a little intimidating if you've never done it before, so I'm going to walk us through it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a little bit of an infographic, and I'll put a link to this in the video description that describes how you need to do this. And I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'll talk about the specific steps. There are three main phases to neutron jumping. First, you enter the jet cone, which I'll discuss in a moment. Then you stabilize. You're going to get a lot of turbulence that you're going to need to fight against until you charge up your frameshift drive. Then you get out of that jet cone and you go ahead and plot your course. So jumping deeper into this, entry, when you jump into a neutron system, you're going to see your neutron star. You're going to want to head towards the star and then veer away from it into the jet cone. You never want to be heading towards the star when you enter that cone because there's a lot of turbulence in there and you could get bounced into the exclusion zone of the neutron star. If you end up coming out of supercruise in a jet cone, you're going to heat up very quickly, you're going to take a lot of damage, and you're going to have a very short amount of time to try and escape that jet cone before you die. So this is why you're going to want to come in towards the star and veer around it, veer away from it, so you don't end up getting jostled into the exclusion zone and coming out of supercruise in that jet cone, because that is going to end your day real quick. Then you go ahead and stabilize. Once you get into that jet cone, it's going to feel a lot like you are being interdicted. You're going to be fighting turbulence. You're going to be fighting your ship being jostled around. And so you're going to try and stay in that jet cone as best you can for as long as you can until you hear that your frameshift drive has been supercharged. Once you hear that your frameshift drive has been supercharged, you can go ahead and throttle back up, get out of that jet cone, and then go ahead and plot on your way. Again, just to recap, you're going to enter the jet cone, come in towards the star and spin away from it. Then you're going to throttle down while you're in that cone to fight the turbulence until you're charged up, and then you're going to go ahead and exit. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like in Elite. So we're going to go ahead and plot a route towards Jackson's Lighthouse, which is a neutron star that's right in the bubble. So it will not take you very far. If you want to go ahead and practice your neutron jumping, you can do it without going that far. So here we go, going ahead and charging up. Now my ship right now has a range of about 31 light years. So we're going to see what we get once we go ahead and charge up.
4, 3, 2.
So we're headed on our way to our neutron star. You can see that the star we are jumping towards is very bright. It's very bright white with a bit of a blue beam coming off of it. This is going to indicate that this is not your typical main sequence star. Now here we are at a neutron star. If you've never seen one before, they are very striking. They are beautiful. And the way you can obviously recognize them is these massive blue beams of light coming off of them. And you can see why I was calling these jet cones. This blue beam of light coming off of kind of the north and south poles of this object is spinning around and making a cone. And so that's what we're going to try and get into to charge our FSD. So I'm going to go ahead. Right now I'm at minimum throttle. I'm going to throttle up, and then I'm going to veer away from that star and get into that cone. Once I'm in that cone, I'm going to throttle down, fight the turbulence until I charge up, and then get out. So here's me going ahead and doing that. So I'm headed towards my star. I want to veer away from it. I'm throttling a little bit down, and then I'm into the cone. I'm throttling all the way down. And you can see I just bounced right out because of that turbulence. I'm going to come at it again a little bit slower, a little bit more carefully, and boom, you can see the turbulence. I'm fighting it already. Now you can see at the top right, frameshift drive supercharged. That means I can go ahead and get out of here. So I'm throttling back up. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this cone. You can see I pointed away from the star so I don't get jostled in there. And now, if I go ahead and pull up my galaxy map, we should see my range is now 125 light years. Now, if you want to plot 125 light years, you need to make sure that this use jet cone boost is checked. If I uncheck this and plot a route to, say, something that's not right there, let's say 101 light years, that should be good enough. If I plot a route to this, it's going to tell me that I need to make a bunch of hops, but I just supercharged. Make sure this is checked. Boom, 1 hop. Let's go ahead and do that and see what happens.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, you can see now I'm 101 light years. You can see at that center panel there, 101 light years away. That is a bit out of my normal range, but since I have supercharged my frameshift drive, it is no problem to do that. Off I go. So guys, that's how you supercharge from a neutron star. I hope that was helpful. And go ahead and practice that at Jackson's Lighthouse. And be careful out there. Don't pancake into that exclusion zone, because that will end your day Fly safe, commanders, and may the fuel be with you.